Oaks Property Schoolyard Sports Studio. Here's Steve Kaplowitz and Adrian Broadus.
Happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome back. 2.5 hours with you today here on this busy edition of Sports Talk. 6th day of June, 2024. Happy birthday, Joel Kaplowitz. Turns 12 today. Super happy for him. So excited. He woke up this morning and said, Dad, no matter what time I wake up, I'm coming into you. And if possible, can I please have an early birthday gift?
Nice. Sneaky.
Yes. So he got up early, too early in my mind, came into our room, and he was like excited because it was his birthday. Then he was able to open up a couple of early gifts, and he's off and running right now. That's the best way I can say it. He's off and running.
So I'm so happy for Joel Kaplowitz. Happy birthday to him, 12. You know, these are the prime ages, Steve, for birthdays, especially for birthday gifts, too. As a kid, you love it. You look forward to this stuff. I remember looking forward to birthdays just around this time as well, and I feel like it's one of the best feelings out there.
I know he's happy. So we'll celebrate with him a little bit later, and excited about that. And with that, we welcome you back. As we said, full house today as always. We've got Alberto Urueta, Michael Plundo. We have new lights here in the Talk Studio. In fact, I'm actually starting the show off today wearing sunglasses. I've never worn sunglasses in the studio ever, but it is so bright in our studios. I don't know how. Alberto, do me a favor. Turn the lights off completely. Just shut them all down. I want to see what it's like here right now. Just turn everything off. Okay.
This might be better.
I'll be honest with you. This is not bad. This is not bad. In fact, I like it. It's kind of mood lighting as far as I'm concerned. There is absolutely no light in our talk studios right now other than computer monitors and the lights on the soundboard, the mixing board. And you know what? I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. This is good. You like it too, Adrian? Because did he also change out the lights in your control room as well?
Okay, I'm not the complainer. I'm probably the anti-complainer. And I'll make the best out of most situations. But Steve, I don't know how I'm going to do this. I live in this room, and this office right now is brighter than any room I've ever been in. It feels like a doctor's office, like those bright fluorescents. I'm going to need those blue glasses, or else I'm going to go blind in this building. So I'm really nervous. I love the lights right now. Lights all off. This is perfect.
So here's the only problem about this: our eyes are going to get used to it. And then when the lights have to go on again in about an hour when our in-studio guests arrive,
I know
it is going to be so bright it's painful. It's going to be the worst.
Let's torture ourselves during the break, and then we'll just turn the lights on during the break or something.
You think that's the way to do it?
I don't know. I don't know what the right way to do this. I know for a fact that tonight Sal Montes will be in a dark studio. I promise you that. He will have to have maybe an alarm set just to make sure he doesn't fall asleep. But yeah, maybe the Chihuahuas baseball game will be enough fireworks to keep him awake here tonight.
So the story behind our lighting is this. Michael Rivera, Mike's the greatest. He's done the show. He does everything.
He's the best.
He is.
Shout out him.
We've been very blessed to have great engineers over the years. We really have. And Mike is just the latest in a long line of terrific engineers, but he's so much more than that. He produces, he does on air, he does everything. He comes in and he goes, "Hey, when the lights go out?" I go, "I don't know." Because our middle lighting panel was out. There was nothing there. And I should have just said, when I said I don't know, I should have just said, "You know what, leave it, it's fine." But I didn't say anything. I just didn't complain, didn't say anything. I just left the room. And then all of a sudden, you were coming in saying, "Oh my God, it's the brightest it's ever been in this talk studio."
It's not even just this talk. I think in this whole building, there's never been a room in this entire building here at Town Square Media that's been this bright. I'm literally feeling it from your room over there. Actually, I feel a little worried about our guests. Maybe we should do something and get like 600 ESPN El Paso sunglasses or blue light glasses for all our future guests. That'd be kind of cool.
Here's the best part right now, okay? And I just got to tell you this. This is the greatest. It is so bright in this room. And because your lights are off, I can't see you. It's like you don't even appear behind the glass because it's so dark. So it's one of the craziest effects I've ever seen. Alberto, look behind you, and you can't even really see Adrian at all, other than maybe the hand movement. That's about it. He looks like he's completely invisible back there, doesn't it?
Yeah, you know what it kind of feels like? An interrogation room.
It does.
We know they can see us, but we can't see them.
That's a good point.
I like this. Actually,
So
we
it's a
could
little spooky.
we could hide in the dark the whole show. We could ask questions to Bernie Olivas later on from the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl about their upcoming date here that has been set. We can ask him questions in the dark over here.
Yeah, our guests are going to show up, and Bernie's one of them. He's going to come in and go, "What happened? Why is it so bright?" Be like, "Well, we just put in new bulbs." You know what the best was? Mike said, "Hey, don't worry. They'll start to die down in about a month."
Oh my goodness! Yeah, I love
month.
That. A month. You know what? This is gonna be rough. We might have to do a couple Zoom guests here in the future. Or we might need sunglasses. We might just need to have. Actually, I have a bunch, Steve, thanks to the Oscar Adieta agency in a big box over in my office.
Nice.
So I'm gonna go get those. So in case our guests want to wear them, just to look cool, they don't have to admit that it's bright here. They just look cool on the show.
I like that. That sounds good. And by the way, the fact that your light is off is hilarious because I really can't see you right now, and it's really funny. It is very, very entertaining. Oh no!
I'm dead. I turned it on.
Oh, there it is. Now you're back, and you're gonna be roasting. You're probably gonna have a sunburn by the end of the show when it's all said and done. A light burn.
I need glasses. I really will need glasses after this.
First game of the NBA Finals is tonight. It's coming up. I'm excited about that. Before we talk about that, I got to bring this to you too. Okay, Brian from downtown, one of my favorite people, sends me a text about 4 hours ago, and all I can tell you is this. The text reads, no bleep. I can't even mention the word. And I'm like, what is it? And listen to this. You know what he discovered today at Sam's Club?
What happened?
A 7-foot tall, officially licensed, LED lit, inflatable Pater Pete mascot.
That is so cool. No way, like a yard one.
Yes.
They're selling this right now.
Yes.
Does he have a picture of this?
Yes.
Can you send this to me?
Yes.
Wow, this is really neat.
What else do you want to know?
I want to know how is Pater Pete looking? Is this like 80s Pater Pete? Is this modern day Pater Pete? What are we talking about here?
It's a cool looking Pater Pete as far as I'm concerned. I like this. Even though the house he's posing with looks nothing like the kind of homes you find in El Paso, but that doesn't mean anything. This is a good-looking Pater Pete, kind of the modern Pater Pete. What do you think?
Okay, I still haven't gotten it yet. It's probably coming.
Hang on 1 second. I wonder why it didn't show.
Oh, it just came over. Wow, this is great. No. I love this. LED lit, inflatable mascot. This looks legit. I like the jersey that Pater Pete is wearing. Man, we got to ask the mascot guy himself, Cesar Cubillos, what he thinks about this one, but I like it.
Self-inflating design, lights up at night, comes with stakes and ties as well. And it's 7 feet tall. Guess the price.
Okay, this is awesome. I love this game. I'm going to guess $200.
That's fair. I was going $250 in my ballpark. Alberto, you already know how much this costs, right? So you're out.
No.
Or have you already heard this or no?
You showed it to me. You shouldn't tell me how much it cost. I also guessed $250 though.
$250 for you. That's right.
$250.
Michael Plundo, how much do you think the 7-foot LED lit inflatable Pater Pete mascot at Sam's costs?
I'm gonna go close to around $300.
Those are all fair prices. All right. You ready to find out how much this costs? By the way, if we all played the prices right, we went over the actual price.
Wow, you're not telling me this is $150. There's no way.
Are you ready?
No, there's no way.
Are you ready? You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. The price that right now the inflatable Pater Pete has, $79.98.
Wow.
We're buying one for the radio station.
$79.98. All right.
Wow.
I got 40 if you got 40.
No, we're buying one.
Fine.
No. The Oscar Adieta agency is going to buy one for us.
I believe it.
I'm going to text this to them right now, and we're all in on this.
Hang on. We're
going to make this happen.
I am also texting you. I just texted you the price of the actual mascot to go along with the thing itself. That's fine. That is, in my mind, one of the greatest deals. They should sell out of those in El Paso. Everybody should have them. I mean, when football season comes around, and if you're throwing a UTEP watch party, you must have the 7-foot LED lit inflatable pay dirt Pete's.
Or you could have him up all year. That's what I was thinking. I would have him up in my front yard at every moment. I don't care what my neighbors say. I don't care if they. Yeah, I mean, that's how committed I am to supporting. And he's cool. He looks cool.
He does look
huge.
Cool. Yeah, I'm
like,
agreeing with it. Listen, Adrian, seriously, he is sending the
Pretty
much
text
ordering
message
it.
to the Oscar Adieti agency as we speak.
We're going to get
like
this green light.
It's like it's done.
This is done. And we're going to have to figure out a way to get some stickers on this or sublimations on this because we're going to go all out with this Pater Pete.
And by the way, you realize that from now on, when there is minor talk out on location or in the studio, the 7-foot tall Pater Pete is going to be there as part of the setup right next to you.
Could you imagine if guests signed the Pater Pete, throughout the season or something like that?
Why wouldn't we want to do that?
That'd be awesome.
That makes total sense. In fact, if you look at the mascot, it's so perfect for autographs. It's orange.
Yes.
Pater Pete is wearing an orange UTEP Minor #1 with, and then he's got the blue jeans. And the pick.
Can you ask Brian from downtown if I have permission to send this off on social media? I kind of don't want to send this off, Steve, because
It'll run out.
Yeah, they're going to run out. And
That's a good point.
We need at least 4 of these.
If it makes you feel any better, Sam's, we'll get off today, and you can run to Sam's. It'll still be open. So what you should do is go to Sam's,
before
and then
it's
you
sold
get
out.
one, and then you post it.
Seriously.
That way it's like the repercussions are out of my hands.
These will sell out. There is no doubt for $80. There is
Yes.
no doubt in my mind that a self-inflating 7-foot tall Pater Pete, complete with the pick and UTEP Minors #1 officially licensed product will be selling out. It's guaranteed.
I was ready to pay $250 for this.
I know you were. I know you were.
That's amazing.
And Michael said $300, so I get it. I mean, I thought for sure $250 was exactly what we're talking about for this. I couldn't believe it was $80.
Mavs in 6. Let's go.
Mavs in 6. I'm down with that. I like that. Mavs in 6. Go Pater Pete inflatable. I feel like that's. I think.
I feel good about making a pick like that after hearing something like this. So here's some good news.
Okay, that sounds like a winner. By the way, you know what's scary right now? I'm kind of getting used to these new lights. I mean, it's not comfortable, but I'm starting to feel like, all right, we're just going to have to, this is going to be the new norm. We're just going to have to deal with this.
I'm going to go home. My wife, Alyssa's going to say, man, you look like a ghost. Like your eyes are sunken in. What's
Your
wrong?
eyes are burning. That's exactly right.
Why are you all bloodshot? Jeez.
Oh, my God. All right, quarter past as we get going here on Sports Talk. We got a busy show today. Bernie Olivas is going to be stopping by. And then at 5 o'clock, Ray Aguilar is going to come in from Rhino, North America, and he's going to talk about a very special ball drive that's going to be happening at Select Whataburgers on Saturday. So we'll do that as well with Ray Aguilar from Rhino, North America at 5 o'clock. Got a lot in store for you today. Let's kick it off right. Charlie 1 with traffic update number 1. No, something is afoot. With our radio transmitter feed, but I've got news for you. Was told that it was just fixed. So for those of you that were having to deal with the radio feed, our apologies. I did see the message on the app a little while ago, and that came from Luis Gonzalez. Thank you, Luis. We are aware of the radio feed. We were told that it has been resolved. If there are still issues, let us know. We don't hear the radio feed. We hear our program feed. But I'll say this, okay? When this happens, when something is going on with our radio signal and our transmitter, remember, if you listen to our free app, which you can download, and you're in the studio with us, you will have no problems. You will have no, there will be no effects. Luis, please, download that 600 app and then try it out. And if you have Bluetooth, you can hook it up to your car stereo. If not, put in some headphones, listen to it while you're while you're doing some yard work like Pinky every day out in Santee, and you'll be all set and good to go. That's my best advice, my best PSA for the app for situations like this. But now I hear, thanks to Mike, we are clear and back to normal. Thank you, Mike. Appreciate that. So, yes, that is awesome.
Hey, I'll just say this. App's the best way to listen to us.
I've always
ESPN El Paso.
Look, I love AM radio. I've spent almost 30 years of my life on AM radio. I mean, well more than half my life has been on AM radio. So I'm very, very, it's like an emotional connection with me. But the app is a no-brainer. No-brainer. You don't have to deal with any problems. And, you put on the app and, hey, it's like you're part of the show with us in the room. In fact, you probably can imagine how bright it is in this studio when you're listening to us on the app. So there you go.
Yeah, most definitely, man. And, hey, the only thing that you can't get in the app is how bright it is in this room.
I know. I almost would love to.
But you can get everything else. You can read all our articles. You can chat with us in real time, call us in real time, all that stuff.
Yeah.
We should post something from our app about, our lights.
Hang on one second. Let me see if my phone camera would do any justice to how bright this thing is. No, it looks completely normal. I mean, I was kind of hoping that there was some way that the lights made the, either had some kind of crazy effect on the videos or the pictures. Nah, it looks.
You know what?
It looks good.
This is the spin. We are a digital first company. We're transitioning to video, and the only way that we're gonna do live stream video in here is with better lighting. So that's what we're doing here. Look, I just did a quick selfie frame. I'm like, all right, okay. I mean, at least the lighting looks good.
If the Don Haskins Center or the Sun Bowl had this kind of lighting, nobody would ever complain.
Oh, my goodness. This would be the renovation to, change everything, change the game.
It would be. It would be. By the way, El Paso Electric, if you're listening to me, would you consider, and I'm being 100% serious on this, would you consider, performing the upgrade for UTEP? And then just, having them always brand every kind of light show as the El Paso Electric Company light show. Simply put, you take care of the lights, and in return, whenever they do some kind of really cool lighting effect, like they do at the ballpark, it would be the El Paso Electric Company light show.
Makes too much sense.
I agree. We all know that, it's a lot of money. UTEP doesn't just, have $1 million lying around to take care of the upgrades. But, if El Paso Electric could step up to the plate and do this, oh my God, it'd be unbelievable.
Game changer.
I hope it happens. I really do. All right, let's go to Eddie in Fort Bliss. Hey, by the way, what time is Bernie joining us?
He will be joining us at 5:20.
Got it. Thank you. I'm already off on times. The lighting has already taken its toll on my brain. I appreciate that. Thank you for that, Adrian. Let's go to Eddie in Fort Bliss. He joins us next here on Sports Talk. Eddie, good afternoon. How are you?
I'm doing well, Steve, and yourself.
It's bright in here, Eddie. It's really, really bright.
So I got 3 thoughts now. I had 2 when I started. The first one, you got to get 2 of the pay dirt Pete's. The reason you got to get 2 is one that you can use for radio station consumption.
Okay.
Have everybody sign it. Perfect. The second one, you have everybody sign it, and then you raffle that one off for charity.
It's a great idea.
Pick the charity of your choice. You pick the charity of your choice, whether it's something to do with the Children's Hospital, whether it's something to do with the El Paso Sports Hall of Fame, but you have the charity.
I mean, it's a good idea. It's a really good idea. Get 2. One of them gets raffled off or some kind of a cool giveaway, and then we hold on to the other one.
I love the idea.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. That is not bad at all. I mean, it's going to be like our 600 ESPN El Paso board right in front of the talk studio that we get autographed by everybody. And you're right. That would be the way to do it. I like it. Like it a lot.
Second thought. If you remember right, when I was in Korea about 10, 11 years ago, I used to use the online app or the online radio station, and I would call in from Korea.
I do remember that.
Back when Chad was still there.
That's right. I remember it well.
Now, So I have to say the technology has improved greatly, but still you can't beat the old stuff either.
So you're
now,
right.
The third part that goes with it. Have you seen the NFL is testing out this year an attempt to try to do – they're attempting to get rid of the chain gang, at least for a game or two, test run the market, see how it works.
If the NFL got rid of the chain gang, how would they measure first downs?
Electronically.
Oh. So if they measured it electronically, if they did that, right, would there be like a laser? Is that how they would spot the ball?
I don't know how they're going to plan on doing it.
GPS tracking. GPS tracking is how they're going to do it.
GPS tracking.
Do you remember 25 years ago when Fox first took over the NHL? They tried the glow puck.
Yeah, by the way, that didn't go over well. I know a lot of fans did not like the glow puck.
No, but at least it started a trend, because the one thing about the glow puck was the puck got hit so hard and so often that it would screw with the GPS tracker that was in there to do the glow glow puck.
Yep, that's
However, when you're talking about a football, with the exception of maybe kickoffs, a football is not going to get put through as much punishment as, say, the puck would. So I think you would have accurate or more accurate tracking data. Plus, we're talking also 25 years later.
Good point.
I think the tracking data might be better on that one.
By the way, do you know what they do for hockey games now when it comes to advertising? Have you paid attention to this?
No, I haven't.
So the dasher boards in an arena are filled with advertisements.
Right.
On television, on the national games, especially all the playoff games and regular season games for that matter, they are able now to incorporate their own logos on the dasher boards in place of what's actually there. And they also do the same thing on the ice. So all the logos you see on the ice and on the dasher boards are network generated through computers, not what's actually in the arenas themselves.
I've been watching a lot of the MLB Pass on MLB Network, and they're starting to do something very similar. If you'll notice, on some of the games, they'll now start putting logos on the backside of the pitcher's mound through the actual broadcast. I know I've seen the Orioles do it. I've seen the Giants do it.
Yep.
And I think I've seen the Dodgers do it.
I feel like that's where we're heading. I mean, I feel like there's just going to be more and more court placement, field placement. Ice is already there for advertising, and that's all. It's going to look like one giant NASCAR race is basically what sports is turning into.
It's turned into an untapped revenue source.
That's right.
It turns out to be.
That's right, 100%. Good job, Eddie. Good to hear from you, man. Thanks for the call.
All right, brother. Have a good one.
You too.
Hey, real quick, Steve, chain gangs will still be on the sidelines in any scenario that the NFL moves toward, according to league sources and ESPN, and they would be backups for measurements and a visual indicator of where the line to gain and line of scrimmage are for coaches, players, and fans in the stadium. So there'll be some kind of chain gang. They might just not have the chains as we know it.
Is the GPS tracker going to be in the ball?
It's in all the players, actually. It's in their jerseys. And so, yeah, there's already one in the ball. There's cameras that are overseeing all of this, too. So it's just this technology. They were saying they actually sourced the Nickelodeon broadcast, because if you watch those or whatever, the alternate broadcast, you would see that 1st and 10, that line of scrimmage, done virtually on these television broadcasts. Well, they're going to apply that into referee technology, and that's how they'll do it on the broadcast or in the games.
I just wonder how the referee is going to know exactly where to spot the football without the chains.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's why I guess they're going to have this, this sideline team who's going to be working on measurements specifically. So maybe measurements will be better and more precise if you have a team that's only job is to actually get the spot right.
Yeah, you're right. But again, isn't it kind of interesting to think of, football's a game of inches.
Yes.
And when they try to use that technology to make sure the ball is spotted perfectly every time, and where the referee knows to put the ball, or the umpire, it's going to be interesting to know how they're guided.
Right. I'm not so much on the side of like the technology where you're talking about the index card model I'm just reading about right here, but I do like the cameras idea.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the pylon cam has changed a lot of touchdowns to actually being quicker instead of having to be in the booth and wonder, did he score? Did he not score? Pylon cam does, alleviate some of those issues right there. And they've had other sideline cams that have really helped out make those calls more precise. So if they could do whatever they can to improve these kind of things for measurements in games, you're right. It's a game of inches. And if you're able to use and improve things with technology, I say embrace it.
All right. A little bit past the bottom of the hour as we continue here on Sports Talk. 505-6009, that is our telephone number. Let's send it over right now to Michael. He's standing by with our first of 3 bottom of the hour sports updates.
Schoolyard Sports Studio. Here's Steve Kaplowitz and Adrian Broadus.
Start of hour number 2 here on Sports Talk. Welcome back, everybody. Great to have you here. Alberto Duetta, Michael Plundo with us. Adrian Broadus across the glass in the very bright 600 ESPN El Paso River Oaks Properties Schoolyard Sports Studios. In fact, you want to see how bright it is? We just put it on Twitter and X. We took photos of the talk studio and the control room and gave you a little taste of what we're all dealing with today. And the good news is, Adrian, the photos look as bright in those pictures as we're dealing with right now here in the studio.
Yeah, it's awful. We're managing through it. No,
easy.
actually, we're not. We're not. We're suffering through this one.
Well, that's why we needed some help, right? That's why we have to bring people in, like Ray Aguilar from Rhino Group North America for their 5th annual ball drive that's going to be happening this Saturday. Well, Ray, first off, thanks for stopping by. Welcome aboard, and it's great to see you. How are you?
Good, Steve. How are you?
Doing well. Excited about this ball drive that you have planned and you're collaborating with, along with Whataburger. I want to ask you about this, and I'm curious, okay? Because it's a really cool idea. The opportunity to donate new and used balls of any kind. Where did you come up with this idea, and how did this whole ball drive start for you?
You know what? Again, it's been 5 years. It originally started with me noticing kids being, as we all see, being on their tablets and being inside, and I thought to myself, what can we do to get the youth out there in the rec centers, the parks, again, like we used to see?
It's a great idea because the truth is, you're right. Kids nowadays are glued to their phone or tablets or TVs watching whatever they're watching right now. And, I mean, you're probably in that same age. A lot of us grew up when we wanted something to do, we went outside and we played. That was our form of entertainment.
Definitely. And it started off as an idea of buying balls or getting used balls around the house and donating them to it first started off with the Paso rec centers throughout the city. And then it just grew from there. I started telling people what we were doing, and people started joining in, and it kind of grew, again, with 5th year.
I love it. And I'm looking at a picture, right? And I see soccer balls, basketballs, footballs, volleyballs. I'm sure there's probably like baseballs in there and softballs. I mean, it doesn't matter what kind of ball we're talking about. The idea here is just whether it's new or used, if it's something that you would like to donate, or maybe you've got something around the house and you're just not using anymore, but somebody else could get good use to it.
Well, that's the idea. I know there's plenty of us have balls inside the house in the garage, and they do the spring cleaning. They find a baseball line around or a basketball or even sporting goods that they know they're not going to use anymore. Hey, let's rotate them back into the Paso youth.
How have you seen the ball drive grow from when you started 5 years ago until now?
Well, for the help I've had, you know what, we started off with the Paso rec centers, and then we were approached by the sheriff's department at 1 year, and then last year we had a local business, and now we have Whataburger, collaborating with us, and just that alone, we've seen growth. And this year, I would say some of our customers actually had some employee engagement where they were able to raise some balls within their plants or facilities.
That's really cool, too. Now, this year, I know the primary beneficiary is going to be the Boys and Girls Club of El Paso. Do you try and give the new and used the ball donations to different charities every year, or do you kind of like to stick to the Boys and Girls Club?
Well, last year we gave to the Boys and Girls Club and some some areas in Ciudad Juarez, and we're looking to do the same thing this year. So we contacted the Boys and Girls Club, and of course they're excited to help us out, and which actually they did. And this Saturday with the actual ball drive happening at that East Lake Whataburger location, so they had some of their kids do some paintings and some poster boards, kind of get the community involved. But the Boys and Girls Club, it looks like it's going to be with them moving forward.
Ray Aguilar is with us right now from Rhino Group North America. The 5th annual ball drive will be happening this Saturday. Now, the main donation point, because there are other donation points which we're going to talk about, but the main donation point is going to be the East Lake location for Whataburger at 13391 Gateway West. That's 13391 Gateway West. And here's how it's going to work. For every donation, Ray, Whataburger is going to be giving out a free Whataburger coupon. That right there is a really cool perk to bringing by one or multiple new or used balls. Yes, I mean, again, we're very thankful for Whataburger. They've gone out of their way since day one from their the Whataburger, the free Whataburger, and just promoting us in general. And their employees are also so engaged that we walked into to the restaurants to have like lunch. Team members, we walk in and they know exactly the goal is collect more balls. And that's going to be this Saturday from 11 a.m. to 3 location. Free Whataburger, special perk. That's going to be doesn't like Whataburger. You can't make it out to that particular location. Here you can 9500 Montana Avenue. 1400 Pebble, 650 Sunland Park Drive, 12302 Montana, 7057 South Desert Boulevard. So all of those locations are also getting involved with the ball drive. Now, those 5 locations will also be giving you a free Whataburger coupon for your donation. There will not be the free Whataburger for a year at those locations. That will specifically be the main event spot, which is the 13391 Gateway West Boulevard location. I love it. All right, so here's the next thing, okay? This is growing, I can tell, because now you have one main store and 5 satellite stores for Whataburger all doing this. And the goal is simple, right, Ray? You want to give as many people in El Paso the opportunity to go to the store that would be the closest to their place to take advantage and be a part of this. Yes. I mean, I'm being reached out from friends, family, from customers, from suppliers, and they're just asking us, where do we have to go? So this year, Whataburger helped us out by, if we have someone on the west side, it's not too far for them to drive and just drop off a used ball. And again, this started off as a used ball, collection, and we had people going to the store and buying new balls and, just adding to that. It shows you just when you're dealing with El Pasoans, how great they are and how people just want to step up and help. I think that's the best thing about it. Yeah, I agree. You know what? I love El Paso. I don't see myself ever leaving here. Well, I mean, now, are you someone that grew up in El Paso? Yes. Okay. Born and raised. And now you have your company, Rhino Group North America. Tell everybody a little bit about what you do and what the company's all about. Well, Rhino has been in El Paso for 10 years now. It started off as an industrial supply company, but now we're venturing off to manufacturing. The majority of our customer clientele is across the border, with the maquiladora industry. And I would say since the pandemic, we've grown and kind of made it El Paso more of our focus area. So we've been blessed. The team's amazing, and we're competitive. What can I say? Industrial supplies, everything. But at the same time, the name of the company is now North America, which tells me that El Paso is the focus, El Paso is the hub, but I'm sure if I was to ask you, where do you see Rhino Group going 2 to 3 years down the road, expansion outside of El Paso is very well going to be a goal.
Definitely. When we say North America, we have presence in all Mexico, all United States, and we've supported customers in South America at this point. So, again, the goal is to expand, possibly, to other continents. But right now, we have enough on our plate. And
the ball drive, is that really one of your biggest? I think about this, initiatives to give back every year. Would you call this like your big initiative?
It's turned out to be, yes, definitely. We used to try to help out the community in the holiday season, and we were aware of the other companies and a lot of people, especially in El Paso, which is one of the reasons why we love El Paso, is we see a lot of community engagement throughout November, December for the holidays, and we thought to ourselves, what can we do different to help out our community? And again, the ball drive is something I used to do personally. I just didn't mention that earlier. I used to do that personally, and then I kind of incorporated it with the company. So now we do it. Spring is the goal to be ready for summer.
Well, first off, not just here in El Paso, but you mentioned Ciudad Juarez, and that's important too, because if you're looking to help out, youngsters in both communities, and we get enough donations come through, both new and used balls this Saturday, you'll be able to make a huge impact in the lives of kids in both areas.
Yes, last year we were able to donate the balls to the only indigenous elementary school in Ciudad Juarez. It's literally located right below the white font on the mountain. And let me tell you, Steve, I think I've mentioned this off the air. It's kind of an eye-opening, You see these children's reactions and their smiles on their faces, and you just want to continue that. And we're looking to do that.
Well, especially knowing that as the summer continues to go and kids are out of school, they're looking for things to do. And if you're going to make it easier for them to go outside, play ball, hey, that's really the number one goal here.
Yes, that's how we grew up.
That's right. And now they'll have the chance to do that. Let me mention it one more time. The 5th annual Rhino Group North America Ball Drive in conjunction with Whataburger is going to happen this Saturday, okay? This Saturday, 11 a.m. to is it now 2 p.m. or 3 p.m.? Let me make sure I get my times right, because I've seen both. So I know it starts at 11, and if you can head out to the main unit, which is the Whataburger at 13391 Gateway West Boulevard, every donation will receive a free Whataburger coupon. Plus, if you go on Saturday, you are automatically entered to win a Whataburger for a year basket. That's going to be raffled off at the end of the event on Saturday at that 13391 Gateway West Boulevard location. But, Ray, we have 5 other spots as well. 9500 Montana, 1400 Pebble Hills Boulevard, 650 Sunland Park Drive, 12302 Montana Avenue, and 7057 South Desert Boulevard. If you want more information, you can go online to rhinogroupnorthamerica.com. That's rhinogroupnorthamerica.com, because as soon as you go to the website, the first thing you're going to see is the Ball Drive splash page, which you can then click in, and it's going to give you all the info you need.
Yes. Steve, you know what? I'm not sure we mentioned this, but we're accepting anywhere from like used tennis balls to soccer balls, basketballs, even golf balls, any sort of balls. You know what I mean? I know some of our customers even took some jump ropes that they had lying around, some brand new jump ropes. I was able to, or I believe Powerade donated some, just want to mention this also, donated some towels, boxes full of towels, water jugs. Ultimately, it's for the youth of El Paso. It's going to be rotated back into El Paso youth and keep them out and being active.
What's the ultimate goal for you? When you see this, you tell me, where would you like this to go here in the next few years?
You know what? When you say goal, I just want to be driving and passing the park and see the park full of kids playing sports.
That's the number one thing?
Yeah, just be active.
All right. I love it. Well, we're going to give you a big help here on Saturday. Look forward to being a part of this. We've got plenty of balls at our house to donate. I'm sure a lot of people do, and great job on this. Thank you for coming by, telling everybody about the ball drive that you have right now with your company, Rhino Group North America, and wish you nothing but the best here this Saturday and in the future.
No, thank you, Steve. And thank you, Whataburger, also. Appreciate it.
Yeah, they've been great partners. They really have.
Definitely.
It's Ray Aguilar, folks, joining us here on Sports Talk as we continue. 17 past the hour. When we come back, Bernie Olivas, the CEO, the president, executive director of the Sun Bowl Association. He's going to join us coming up next, right after Charlie 1 in this traffic update.
Too bad, not too shabby. But in the Upper Valley, we still have that crash pending. South Desert is Starry Night, so caution here, South Desert. Also, downtown, St. Vrain and Overland, we have a crash. Now, that one just happened. PD not there yet, not PD controlled, St. Vrain and Overland. Also, we have slowing I-10 East via the through Spaghetti Bowl area, I-10 West and Mesa. But going on tonight, closures, Joe Battle, northbound alternated right and left lane closures between Pelicano and Montana. Another closure tonight at 9 p.m. Loop 375 south and northbound main lane closure between North Loop and Zaragoza. But the main crash right now is that one downtown St. Vrain and Overland. Leo's Restaurant, 7520 Remcon. There's graduations going on tonight. In fact, they finish up tonight at 7 o'clock. So congratulations, grads. Celebrate that special occasion at Leo's Restaurant. Famous tortilla soup, treat him or her to Tampiquindia, top sirloin steak or chicken breast, chicken breast, chicken and mole, much more there. Full menu. Home of El Paso's first, so Papia, you got to try them out. Leo's Restaurant, 7520 Remcon, Charlie 1600, ESPN El Paso.
Back here on Sports Talk, 23 past the hour. Appreciate Ray Aguilar stopping in and telling us about the ball drive, the 5th annual from his company, Rhino Group North America and Whataburger. Again, it's a great cause, folks. All those new and used balls are going to go to the kids here in El Paso and Juarez and get them an opportunity to go out and play ball this summer. That's fantastic. Hey, good news, Adrian. We found somebody who likes this bright light here in our talk studio.
Bernie Olivas?
Loves it.
Really?
Yes. I maybe he'll explain why. You tell me. We were thinking that it was very bright in here. You said that you love it when it's bright outside. Is that correct, Mr. Olivas?
Absolutely. I like light. I'm an old guy. One thing I was blessed with was good eyes.
Uh-huh.
I still don't wear glasses. I've never worn glasses.
Wow.
I can still see everything.
You have readers?
What's readers? I'll wear.
Okay.
But as far as looking at everything, and I say I like bright. I don't like dark. I hardly wear sunglasses because I want bright. My house, all my bulbs are 150 watt.
Oh, so you've got a bright house.
I love bright. I don't like dark.
Good. Well, you're comfortable then. I'm happy we've been able to light the studio up for you a little bit here today.
Absolutely. This is cool.
Yeah, I know. You're not used to seeing it like this. You should have seen it earlier. We turned the lights off. We wanted to see what it was like if we had no lights on in here.
It was dark.
Well,
dark.
Yeah. Real quick, go ahead, Alberto. Just go ahead and turn the lights off for like 5 seconds, just so Bernie can get the idea of what it's like here with no lights.
He's
on.
a friend. He can see this.
There you go. So we do the show just like this in the dark with no lights. Now, be honest. Are you afraid you fall asleep because it's a little dark in here?
Not really.
All
just like.
Do you see me back here, Bernie?
Hang on. Yeah. Now look. There's no lights behind you. Look. You can't even see Adrian.
No, you can't.
Isn't that wild?
See? It is wild. Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a neat effect.
But I like bright. I like to be able to see what's going on.
I hear you. Big date today for the Sun Bowl. You were able to get a date and time for the 2024 Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl. And congratulations, New Year's Eve is going to be the date for this upcoming game.
Back to our New Year's Eve after 2 years of 29th and 28th. That's been our traditional year traditional date forever. And we're back on at noon. El Paso time, still with the Pac-12, legacy schools, and the ACC.
I like that. I like the word legacy schools.
That's did a good job with that. So for the next 2 years, we will have access to the schools that left the Pac-12, meaning UCLA, USC, Washington, Oregon, Arizona State, Arizona, Colorado, Utah, Stanford, and Cal. So
Okay.
we'll have access to those schools.
Will Washington State and Oregon State be in that
Of course,
list as well?
Washington State and Oregon State. I forgot the two that are still Pac-12 schools.
I know, but that's so interesting. And I think is the way it's going to go with the legacy schools that if they don't win the Big 12 or the Big 10, they automatically go right to the top of the list for you and all the other bowls that have been working with those Pac-12 teams in the past.
That's exactly the way it's going to happen. Unless they make it into the playoffs, all the legacy Pac-12 schools will play in the Pac-12 bowls as they existed in the last few years, and that'll happen for the next 2 years.
Okay, that's good. I mean, and let's be honest, that's the only solution that made sense. Although you did start exploring, talking to the other conferences, just in case that the legacy idea didn't come to fruition, you had to have a backup plan, didn't you?
Well, we couldn't talk to anybody. We really couldn't talk to anybody because we were still under contract. Until everything got settled, we couldn't do anything. But now things are settling. I don't have the contracts back, but I received them. I read them over. Pretty much it looks like we thought it was going to happen. We signed them. Now everybody's going to have to sign them. The ACC will have to sign them. The Big 12, the Big 10, and the Pac-12 along with us will have to sign those contracts. So we're all in agreement that that's the way it's going to work. So we could possibly have a Stanford Duke, two ACC teams playing against each other, as long as they didn't play against each other during the season. It's a possibility.
Oh, I never thought about that.
Yeah, that's, we have an ACC team, and then if it could be Stanford or Cal. It's possible as long as they didn't play each other during the season.
Okay, that's a good point, and you're right about that, because what it does show you is it's just looking at these conferences and looking at. It's going to take a little time, isn't it? I almost feel like this is our pre-Sun Bowl watch show here today on June the 6th, and it's going to be a little different these next couple of years, isn't it?
It is going to be different. I did go to the Big 12 spring meetings and met a lot of the coaches and a lot of the ADs. I've been invited to the Big 10 media days. And the ACC media days, of course, and the Pac-12 is having the media days as well. So
with two schools?
Yeah, I don't know how they're going to do it, but they are going to have a meeting there in Las Vegas coming up in July. And of course, the Big 12, I'll probably be at the Big 12 media days as well, so I can start, getting to know everybody, for years after that.
In terms of the standings, are they putting Oregon State and Washington State in the Mountain West? Because I was thinking about this. How do you have the Pac-12 standings and have two teams? Like, how would that work for college football this season?
For college football, I don't know, but I can tell you, for the bowl selections, they're going to put the records together, from all the Pac-12 schools, the legacy schools, and Oregon State, Washington State, and then the selection process will be the same as it's been before. So the Rose Bowl will probably get one, and then the Alamo Bowl will pick one of the legacy schools based on records, and then the Holiday and Vegas, and then us, and then the Los Angeles Bowl and Independence Bowl will go after that based on records. So it'll be not Mountain West, but we will have a choice. We will have a choice as long as it's not more than 2 wins difference. So. In the past, we've had to take the next team based on records.
Sure.
That is not going to have to happen this year. We will have a choice. We will be able to pick rather than have a place. So it'll be a pick rather than a place, guys. The way it was stated, a 6-6, say UCLA versus against the Big 10 schedule might be better than a 7-5. Team that played, an Oregon State. So it's going to work out better, I think, for all the bowls and for the conferences.
I want to dive in more to this picking little. I guess this is an interesting side development, and I'll tell you why. We'll do that more with Bernie as we continue. Bottom of the hour. First, let's go to Michael Plundo and get ourselves another SportsCenter update. On right now with this year's game, and we'll talk about also the other big events happening involving the Sun Court and the adult flag football tournament coming up this summer as well. But back to the game for a second. You mentioned you're going to have a pick, Is this the first time you've picked from the Pac-12, or in years past has that also been part of the selection?
In the previous contract, we did have a pick, and of course, when we say pick, we could pass a 7-5 team for a 6-6 team. Okay, this last contract, no, we had to take the next team available.
Okay.
Again, based on records, they're going to be playing different schedules this year, different teams. So we all felt that was that a 7-5 team or a 6-6 team might be better than a 7-5 team based on who they played on their record. So they allowed us to have a selection as long as it's not more than 2 wins apart.
Oh, okay. So in other words, if there's a 9-win team available and a 6-win team available, you would have to take the 9-win team over the 6-win team.
That's correct.
But you could take a potentially a 7-win team.
Yes.
Over a 9-win team. If you felt that was
because that's 2 wins.
Oh, so it has to be 2. So you'd have to take the 9 over the 7.
Correct.
But you could take an 8 over the 9.
That's correct.
Okay, that makes sense.
Or a 6 over a 7, or a 7 over an 8. Correct.
Do we know yet what pick you will have?
It's the same as we've had in the past. The contracts are still the same. Alamo, Holiday, Vegas, us, Los Angeles, and Independence in Shreveport.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about the Frisco Bowl? What's happening there?
They are not a Pac-12 bowl.
Oh, they used to be. They're out now. They're no longer a part of Pac-12.
That's correct.
Okay, so it's just the normal process like we've known in the past.
That's
Alamo,
correct.
Holiday, and you said Vegas,
and then us,
right,
and then Los Angeles and Independence.
Okay, that's good to know. And once again, tickets, when will they be going on sale? Because some fans would love to get a jump on things, and they can always just try to either renew their tickets from previous years or just get right in and try to get a ticket to the upcoming game.
They can call right now and reserve their tickets. They'll be available to everybody September 1, but today we had several calls. We let out a release saying that our tickets are there, and a lot of people who have had tickets in the past have said, "Hey, I want my tickets." So David Brown is working. Our ticket manager is working very hard, and they can call Sun Bowl office, and he'll reserve it. He'll take everything you need to know, and he'll September 1 we'll start handing out tickets.
Good. Excellent. Meanwhile, the game will be broadcast nationally on CBS. In terms of the bowl agreements, we have 2 years. We have 2 years left right now with the Pac-12 and the ACC.
That's correct.
And how many more years left with CBS?
Well, CBS, we haven't announced it, but we've renewed our contract with CBS.
Congratulations.
We'll make that announcement pretty soon.
Good to hear.
And like I said, we're working on renegotiating with Kellogg's, and I think that's going to come through as well. So. Where Sun Bowl is in very, very good shape right now, bowl wise. So we're excited. We'll be making some announcements pretty soon, and with the specifics as to what's going on.
Well, you got to be excited about all that. I mean,
super excited.
The relationship you've had with CBS is over 50 years now, and you think about. By the way, what they did last year on the network for Jimmy Rogers was terrific stuff.
It was incredible. He's the one that brokered the deal 56 years ago with CBS. 56 years ago, and they're still with us. And like I said, they love Jimmy just as much as we love him, and they've done a tremendous job. And they did a tremendous job in honoring him and during the broadcast this year. And I got a lot of phone calls of people from the past that have known Jimmy Rogers. And like I said, I still think he was looking down on us when Notre Dame became available to us.
It's unheard of to have a relationship with a network like this. I mean, this is the kind of thing that just doesn't happen in sports. I mean, the NFL, NBA, all the professional leagues go through their contracts, and about every 5 to 10 years, you'll find new players in the game, and college football's been moving around as well. For you to have this kind of relationship as long as you have is it's nothing short of amazing.
And I said only the Masters has a longer relationship with the same network than Sun Bowl does. And again, you're right. Even the granddaddy of them all, Rose Bowl, has switched networks in the past.
Yep.
56 consecutive years we're going to be on CBS, and we're going to continue that for several more.
Good. When we return, Bernie's going to tell us all about the Sun Court and the flag football event that's coming up in later this summer in August. We'll do that in a moment. Stay with us. Sports Talk continues. 600 ESPN El Paso. 46 past the hour. Back with Bernie Olivas, Executive Director, Sun Bowl Association, as we continue here on the program. Bernie, a lot of other good things happening, including the Sun Court. I know we are rapidly approaching the application deadline. What can you tell us about that?
Only that's an 89-year tradition that the Sun Bowl has, and it has been a tremendous thing for the Sun Bowl to have. And of course, I'll tell you the qualifications to be on the Sun Court: full-time college student, all right, ages between 18 and 23, a GPA of only 2.5. Never been married, no children, and can't hold another crown such as a Miss El Paso or Miss Texas or whatever. They get chosen through interviews that are conducted by past Sun Queens, because if anybody knows what it takes to be on our court, our Sun Queens do it, and it's a wonderful experience for the girls and of course it enhances everything that we do, because they are part of every event that the Sun Bowl has, which is about 15 or 16 total events that the Sun Bowl puts on that a lot of people don't know about. But it's a great experience, and if you talk to anybody who's ever been a Sun Princess, they say it was one of the best experiences in college that they ever had.
Oh, man, and last year was probably, as far as schools, the widest representation for colleges among the Sun Court I've ever seen.
Absolutely.
I felt like it was people from everywhere last year.
And the girls have to be from El Paso. They're all from El Paso, but they can go to school anywhere, which we like because it spreads the word of the Sun Bowl all over the country. We had somebody from Arkansas, Mississippi State, or Ole Miss, Texas Tech, Notre Dame, Texas. I mean, they went all over the place, and of course we had four here from UTEP. It was a tremendous court. They did a fantastic job, but the reign is coming to an end, and now we're looking for a new set of young ladies to come and be the ambassadors of the Sun Bowl.
I'm looking at last year again. You're right. You had UTEP, but you had Arkansas, Ole Miss, Sul Ross State, A&M, Tech, Notre Dame. I mean, it really was. I don't ever recall a Sun Court with so many different schools being represented. Do you?
Neither have I. And I've been around for a long time, and I've never seen that many Sun Princesses that represented schools from all over the country.
I'm with you on that one. Interestingly enough, the NCAA today okayed college football on-field sponsor logos for regular season football games. Considering you've had the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl and were the first ever bowl game to get a sponsor, this should probably be near and dear to your heart.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I just don't want to feel – then they don't want it feels looking like a NASCAR automobile with logos all over the place. But yes, there's still some restrictions as to what you can promote on there. Up to now, you could put your sponsor's title, your sponsor's name. Like I said, we put Tony the Tiger, and obviously Tony the Tiger at midfield. But in the 20s, we put Frosted Flakes. Frosted Flakes. Now, if the field is named has a corporate name, I think Boise, is Albertson's Field. They can put that on their field. Those type of things you can put, but you just couldn't go around just selling all kinds of ads on the field now. But it looks like you're telling me that they passed that. I had not seen that.
The Sun Bowl Adult Flag Football Tournament is set for August 23rd through the 25th. I know the registration deadline is not till August 2nd, but this fills up fast. There are a ton of teams that take part in this event out at the Westside Sports Complex.
Yes, this is our fourth year, and we have several divisions, so anybody can probably play and be competitive and have a good job. We have some divisions A, B, C, and D. A is obviously the competitive men's. B is intermediate. C is recreational, and then we have a D for families and friends.
All right, stop right there. All right, guys, if we were going to take a team,
there's no chance, Steve.
Listen,
no chance.
I know there's no chance. All right, you're not. Listen, I get it. And listen, Alberto's right. What are you? You're smiling already? What?
Yeah, we got to compete in the A.
See, no, you
guys are crazy.
You're out of your mind.
This is a whole other sport, Steve.
Listen to me. My question is: are we C or D? Are we
F.
Are we recreational, or are we family and friends?
I've seen this family and friends. I've seen the D as well. They're tough players in this.
All right, so you're saying we're like, we should be in the Z division.
We should be in the Z division, and we wouldn't even get the uniforms right. Like, everybody, you go out there, and Bernie, you could attest to this, like, everybody's got their jerseys. They got their numbers. Like, we'd be struggling out there with all red shirts out there and barely enough flags to be eligible to play.
We would supply flags for you if you didn't have any, and I think you ought to put a team together. But and here's another thing that we've added this year.
Oh, I thought about something.
We've added this year. For the last 3 years, it's been 8 versus 8. This year, we added a 5 versus 5 division.
Okay,
I have a favor to ask you. Okay, and I'm serious about this. We have time. Ready? Can we get? And we only have a few months. We can pull this off. 5-on-5 media division. And now we can put a team in, and it's just the local media. And that will be the division that we all compete in, media.
I think if we get enough teams, media teams, I think we could probably pull it off. I will meet with. Make some calls to our committee
Fair
tomorrow.
enough. We'll put a media team together.
If there's enough media stations or whatever you want to compete against each other,
fine.
And there's enough, we might be able to put a media division together.
Thoughts, Adrian?
Okay, so you could be on the team, Steve. You'd probably be like a good tight end. I'd be like the center, okay? Sal Montes might be helping out as well with maybe a running back, scat back, or something like that.
I'll be playing quarterback.
We got a little Alberto. No. Hold on. We got Alberto who's going to help us out. He'll be like the decoy wide receiver.
Oh, I thought about what you're saying.
Yes,
I realize
you know where I'm going on
he
this.
might be ineligible.
I don't know. He's a part of the media. Cade McConnell, starting quarterback here.
I don't know what NCAA rules. No, I guess he would be eligible if he.
We're not playing for money. We're playing for fun.
Well,
the adults are playing for money.
The rest of the tournament, they are playing for money. If they are playing for money, and like I said, depending on how many teams are in each division, they could be paid up to $4,000. The champions could get up to $4,000.
NIL, baby, NIL for Cade McConnell.
Depending on how many teams we get in the bracket.
Okay. Very interesting, Adrian. I was never going to even consider Cade because I didn't think he'd be eligible. I like where you're going with this. I do.
So would he have to be like the wide receiver though, or like the playmaker?
No, he's quarterback. He's quarterback. There's no doubt about it. We're not.
That's so
although
funny.
I don't know if UTEP's going to allow. What if Kate gets something weird happens during a flag football game? Do you imagine the guilt that we'd have to deal with that?
No, we don't even need to go there.
No,
yeah,
terrible.
All-time quarterback.
Don't forget, we also have a women's division. Let's forget that. Let me go back. We also have a women's division, an all-women's division, and we have a co-ed division. So there's room for everybody. I'll tell you, the women's division is so impressive. What great athletes we have here in El Paso, and it's fun to watch. And I think the last 2 years, if we had a most valuable player of the tournament, it would have been a woman.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
I can't remember her name, but happens to play on the United States, on the USA flag football.
Linnea Bryant.
Team.
Is that who it is?
Yes, that's her. There you go.
Yeah.
Linnea, that's right. She is an incredible athlete, and if there would have been the most valuable player award, she would have won it.
Well, all I know is this. I'm excited for you. There's a lot going on this summer. And then before you know it, it's going to be August, and it's going to be time for the Tony the Tiger Sun Bowl launch.
We're in June already. We had a staff meeting and said, guys, we are in June already. I said, and everybody looks at it and says, wow, you're right. We're there. And once they announced all the schedules today, everybody got excited. Hey, I guess officially we are on the clock.
Adrian, don't you still owe us lunch?
Yes, I do. We got to go Chick-fil-A Airway.
That's right.
There you go.
I remember that now.
We got to go. We got to set the date. Let's do it. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, maybe we wait until that they bring back that sandwich with the
pimento cheese.
The pimento cheese.
Yeah, that was great. Oh, my God. All right, listen, a lot happening. Sunbowl.org for all your information. Sunbowl.org. Bernie, we're going to try to figure out how to play this flag football tournament. Alberto, you're nuts. You want to play in the A division? What is wrong with you?
Look, it's not until August. I think that if we all commit, we start hitting the 40s, we start hitting our high knees, we start working out, committing, by August, we will be pretty much ready to walk on the UTEP football team, let alone any flag football activities.
Who are you, and where did you come from? What is this?
I think it would be very
fun. This is a very competitive tournament, and the teams are highly competitive. There are some tremendous athletes, and the ones that teams come from San Antonio. Team from San Antonio has won a couple of times. We had players from Florida come in last year, Denver. We've have coming in from all over the place.
Yeah.
It's a really, really highly competitive league, and that's why we have it in 4 divisions, all the way from the competitive all the way down to the friends and family. It is a fun event, but it is very, very, very well contested.
Adrian just said friends and family is competitive.
Absolutely,
Everybody's competitive.
Absolutely, it is.
Everybody
It's so
is.
much fun to watch, by the way.
I'm
if you're
sure.
If you're not playing, just go out there and watch it. It's so much fun.
I mean, we'll need to have like an IV set up for us if we were to do this. It's crazy.
Back in my days when I was playing flag football, back in my 20s, every one of our team members was a former UTEP football player.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
Well, at least we're starting right there.
It
We've got
was,
one.
like I said,
right.
we were pretty good, but the whole league was pretty good.
What's Quentin Demps doing that weekend?
Yeah, we got to hit him up. We got to hit all the people up, right? Like Praise, JT,
Get Alvin Jones.
Alvin Jones. We got to hit everybody up. We'll
Fair
hit
enough.
the ringer. We'll be the ringers. That'll be our team.
I like that. The Ringers.
There
What do
you
think?
go.
All right. Bernie, great to see you.
Thanks for
stopping
having
by.
me. It's always a pleasure to be here. And like I said, this reminds me we're almost there.
It's crazy.
2 months, September's, August is almost here.
Right around the corner.
Yep.
Hey, appreciate you dropping
Hey,
in.
thanks a lot. Appreciate y'all having me.
We'll come back. Final 30 minutes next. Stay with us. Sports Talk continues. 600 ESPN El Paso.